Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks, the State of Our World on Wednesday, May 26, 2021. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three, I'm afraid. The coronavirus is still with us. Still have vaccine apartheid in Israel. Israel is refusing to share the vaccine with Palestinians living in the occupied territories. Uh, and we have poor countries that just don't have any access to the vaccine. And a lot of it has to do with this intellectual property rights, which shouldn't apply. The virus should be manufactured by whoever is qualified to manufacture it, regardless of intellectual property rights. The United States and other wealthy nations have paid the pharmaceutical companies lots and lots, billions, to do the research and development and create the doses of the virus. So I don't understand why the pharmaceutical companies are demanding intellectual property rights. Not right. Now, the we have do have problems with policing, and it's been going on probably since this country was created. The original police force we had was to capture runaway slaves. They were called slave catchers. And then when we started expanding into Latin America, it was to, I guess, catch and uh, Latin American undocumented immigrants. So anyway, that's really bad. Now, uh, this is very wrong. Also, we do have the right, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, uh, and so I'm hoping people will heed that and not try to silence groups they don't agree with. Now, one thing that's happening, here's a headline. Jewish groups call for federal action amid rise in anti-Semitic attacks. Well, Israel, you are an anti-Semitic country because Arabs and Hebrews are both Semitic peoples, and you are committing acts of violence against fellow Semitic peoples, the Arabs, the Palestinians. Now, various organizations are calling on Biden to appoint a special envoy to monitor the rise of anti-Semitism in the United States. Biden condemned what he called despicable attacks on the Jewish community. What about the Jewish community's despicable attacks on Arabs, Palestinians? Israeli Prime Minister claimed anti-Zionism is a form of anti-Semitism. That's not true, but many progressive Jewish groups and writers reject the claim. Peter Beinart writes in The Guardian, anti-Zionism is not inherently anti-Semitic, and claiming it is used Jewish suffering to erase the Palestinian experience. Yeah. So anyway, so I don't believe in Zionism. I believe in treating others as you'd like to be treated. So Israel, uh, practice, practice what you preach. Live by example. Stop discriminating against, killing, and maiming and taking away the land of the Palestinians, like in East Jerusalem. Now, in Samoa, now facing a political crisis, the first elected woman prime minister is shut out of parliament because the current prime minister, whose term is ended, refuses to step down. They call it a bloodless coup. Very sad. She must be that person must be a student of Trump. Now, Secretary of State Blinken said the U.S. will reopen Jerusalem consulate and pledges aid for Gaza as U.S. okays new arms sales to Israel. That doesn't make sense. Going to give aid to Gaza for all the destruction that American weapons caused and all the death that American weapons caused. And you're also going to have new arms sales to Israel, about $735 million that was pushed through. and then you're going to give the Palestinians about 112 million in aid money, and that's it's going to reopen the consulate in Jerusalem for Palestinians and send Palestinians an additional $112 million in aid money, including $5.5 million in immediate aid to Gaza, which is facing a humanitarian disaster. Oxfam is warning 400,000 people in Gaza do not have access to a regular water supply after Israel bombed key parts of Gaza's civilian infrastructure. Isn't that sad? And we support them. Meanwhile, State Department has reportedly approved the sale of $735 million worth of bombs to Israel despite congressional opposition. So Israel, the United States is replenishing the arms that Israel used in the war, but not replenishing the housing and the infrastructure that Palestinians lost in the war. Very, very sad. Now, locally, Israel arrests hundreds of Palestinians, and Israel continues to crack down on Palestinians living in Israel and occupied East Jerusalem. Haaretz reports Israeli police have arrested hundreds of Palestinians since Monday morning, and that's very sad. It's the crimes committed during the latest Israeli offensive against Palestinian civilians in the Gaza Strip have to be taken seriously. Israel should stop their attacks on the Palestinians because it's not right. Okay, now, so that's the news of the world. Now, what else is new? Well, the virus is still out there. I got a call today saying that the Johnson vaccine for the virus is available for me now, and I have an appointment tomorrow. So I hope that all goes well. Now, how about a little music? Okay, the Danny Boy. Okay, how about The Water is Wide? Oh, the water is wide, I cannot cross over, and neither have I wings to fly, but give me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. I leaned my back up against an oak. I thought it was a trusty tree, but first it bended, and then it broke, as did my false lord to me. Oh, love is sweet, and love is fair, fair as the dew, when first it is new. But love grows old, and waxes cold, and fades away like the morning dew. Okay, hope that was The Water is Wide. I hope you liked it. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Wednesday, May 26, 2021, for another meeting with Caroline Speaks State of the World. Hope you'll be back again tomorrow. Stay safe. Only out when you have to. Practice social distancing. And when the vaccine is available for you, and it's safe for you to take it, I would take it. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you. Good night, all. Stay safe.